Mike Peterson, Public Affairs Chief for the St. Louis District Army Corps of Engineers. This is the weekly Rivers Update, July 7th, 2011 at Kaskaskia-Locken Dam in Illinois. Right now, there's still high water throughout the system in our area, but all of our rivers are slowly on the fall. Right now, at Grafton, Illinois, the Illinois River is at 21.1 and falling. On the Missouri River, where we're still seeing the maximum releases from upstream reservoirs, we're seeing minor flooding, and we only anticipate minor flooding barring any heavy rains. We're working with the National Weather Service to stay updated on the situation and to keep emergency managers and local communities and the public informed. On the Mississippi River, we've crested at Clarksville at 25.4 and still falling steadily. Also, the river is falling at St. Louis, Missouri. We should be out of flood stage in those two places probably by Sunday. Cape Girardeau is still moderate flooding, but is falling right now and should be cresting very soon. Our locks and dams and reservoirs right now, our reservoirs are still holding a little bit more than their regular summer pool. There are still some recreational impacts. If you have plans to visit Carlisle Lake this weekend, call ahead. Also, Kaskaskia-Locken Dam, where we are right now, is just reopening after being closed for 5 days due to high water. Right now, the 5-day forecast predicts less than 1.5 inches of rain in our area, but most of the areas are going to have less than 1/2 inch. Right now, we're moving into the recovery phase in a lot of our flooded areas. As you can see here at Kaskaskia-Locken Dam, there's a lot of debris, and you can tell where the high water has been. There's a lot of work that goes into recovering from a flood. We've been doing simultaneous recovery operations while responding and preparing for the next flood event. We're at Kaskaskia-Locken Dam today to highlight the recovery phase of flood operations. The end of high water is not the end of a flood event for the Corps of Engineers or for the nation. Flooding can impact navigation very seriously by shutting down a lock and dam, such as here at Kaskaskia, which has been closed roughly 18 days in the last few months due to high water. When the surface elevation reaches 380.5, water gets into the machinery wells for the miter gates here at the lock and dam and can seriously damage machines if the debris is still in there. So those have to be cleared out before we can operate. Also, sedimentation can build up in the river during a flood event, so when the water drops down to its regular level again, we have a higher bottom than we used to have, which could require further dredging. Giant wasps are a threat too. The Coast Guard can also shut down the river during high water events to prevent wave wash from affecting the levees, because wave wash can cause damage to the face of the levee. We're working with local levee and drainage districts as the water levels recede to assess the damages that have been created by this flood event and prioritize and address those issues as quickly as possible. We remain tracking this event, and we will keep in touch with local emergency management agencies, the National Weather Service, and the public.